So I'm recording on my iPhone 6. Today we have a look at this figure, Hot Devil, in 1/6 scale, designed by Eric So, based on one of his characters that were released as a urban vinyl with Hot Toys as well. And this is one of two colorways of the figure, and it's, as you can see from this particular image of this figure, which I had gone loose from a reseller somewhere. So we'll take a closer look. It comes with a mask. I'll take that mask away. It comes with a mask that is pretty Eric So-ish, angular design. But what is obvious in this figure is Eric So's aesthetics in the head sculpt, or rather his aesthetics, his iconic aesthetics with simple lines, eyes, and angry eyes. That's why I love it. The slick back hair here, yeah. The costume itself, unfortunately, this figure, I would say unfortunate at this point. As normal 1/6 figures, when they have articulation, it's because of there is a joint, but in this case it's just held by slotting in. So this particular aspect of the arm is a bit loose. I'll take it out, so unless it drops, then it'll be quite drama lah. Anyway, it's based on I haven't opened the figure, and I do not intend to open or rather take off the clothes, but it's based on if I'm not wrong, and I don't think I'm wrong, based on the articulation and the form, this is on the old, I would say old, early 2000 Hot Toys articulated figure body, and the bulges you see here, the muscles, are essentially the shoulder pads. It's a thick plastic shoulder pad that is, I think, part of, I'm not too sure, I think it's part of the clothes rather than the body itself. Again, I don't dare to pull down the zip in case it rips. But anyway, so this will be quite a pretty half-ass look at the figure, I would not deny. Look at the clothes, if you can see. Nice glittery top figure has. This is the arm. This is a single molded plastic fist with the gauntlet. I mean, I love the aesthetics of it. The red glove, but unfortunately, to me, the detail is just like a painted red hand. I mean, if there were further details that makes it look like a glove, that would be interesting. Or folds on creases, but nope, there isn't. So we'll move on, unfortunately. Articulation, the articulation from Hot Toys before, if I'm not too wholly sure as well, it might also be a 21st century body, based on the sizes. But anyway, we'll find out maybe one day if I decide to rip open and see the naked body underneath. What is shown here is the pants and the boots. I'm not going to pull out the boots because but at the same time it's quite sturdy, so I think it's ball jointed inside, but there isn't any particular articulation besides left and right. So the boots are actually quite, I'm hesitant to say quite Eric So, but the design context, it's similar to his aesthetics, if I'm not wrong. Anyway, this is the leather pants. I had a sting for leather pants in the 2000s. But the thing about leather pants, or fake leather pants, is faux pleather pants, is they deteriorate. They deteriorate through the years, and you can see there is slight deterioration here. Not as bad as quite a few other figures where the faux leather pleather flakes out. This is still intact, but with, I don't know if this is moldy or whatnot, but there isn't any cracks, so I'm not going to test it. You know, it's still quite legit. I think this figure was on display in the collector's display shelf, but not necessarily moved, so I don't intend to move so much of it in case I lose the integrity of the materials. Going to the detail of the belt, this is one of the, I would say, aesthetically iconic belt of the early 2000s. A thin piece of pleather again that actually retains its integrity in terms of the quality, and a nice little belt buckle. With past releases that I remember, they can actually work. Literally, you can hook the item up, but at this point I'm not going to try it as well. If I'm not wrong, the pants has can see the detail, or rather I can feel the detail of a stub, so it's a clip-on clip-off scenario. So it is interesting. I'm quite interested, but yeah, I'm hesitant to pull it out. I'm quite interested to see the shirt that he's wearing, if it has actual suspenders or is sewn in to the bottom, to within the body itself, so it doesn't pull out easily, and I don't seem to be able to pull out. So this might be a onesie, or rather one piece, like sort of like swimsuit that's set in. Again, it's speculation, and I'm unfortunately not trying it out until I convince myself later on that yeah, I want to know. I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to further jeopardize all the toys. That's a reality. Certain toys do not necessarily maintain its integrity through the years, and how should I put it? Early 2000 stuff don't really age that well. But then things might have changed. I've not been actively buying Hot Toys stuff, so I cannot comment on their current situation. But we all know how every brand in the early 2000s are able to sustain after basically this 20 years later, man, 2 decades. So there is a finite quality to be expected through the years, not gonna lie. So have a look at the mask again. There is no way attachments or rather straps or whatnot to hold the mask onto the head, so it's just literally on and off. I mean, in modern context, current context or rather, I would assume that we can move on and do like if folks choose to do, it's like a magnet basis, where it's a magnet within the figure itself that you can clip on and it holds. But in this context, it does not last, so nothing wrong with that. This is essentially a 20-year-old figure as well. I mean, maybe not necessarily 20 years old. I think this was 2006, 2004. I'm not 100% sure. Let me, I'll super the date once I confirmed online records of this. There isn't a lot of records of these figures. As much as I wanted to show multiple images to see the stereo images from the past, but a lot of old records no longer exist in the Hot Toys main website now, which is, to me, unfortunate, because collectors, they know the now but they don't know the when, you know what I mean, or rather the before, where there was a huge history before the current stuff that they sell. But then again, maybe it's their choice, so I can't comment on it, besides being unable to find out more about their stuff, and which is a shame, because Eric So stuff and quite a lot of other designers probably would have benefited from like a retrospective, or rather a catalog or discography of their older works, which people might not necessarily know about immediately unless they go and research for it. And even so, there isn't much archival left, so a bit of a waste. Because this is not the only time Eric So has designed for Hot Toys, and Hot Toys has produced 1/6. There's quite a few, including military figures and a Tiger Dragon Gate set, which I need to find. Once I find it and dig it out of my hoard, I hopefully can share with you guys. That features the aesthetics of Eric So, but as well, back then, the accessories and the props and, you know, the weapons which Hot Toys were known for then and known for right now, actually. Anyway, thank you for watching Toys Are Evil, and catch you again real soon.